This is Towanna Freeman with the Black Life Coaches Network, and I am so excited today. Today we have with us Coach Cherese Jackson. A lot of you have heard from her partner and husband, Coach Early Jackson. You know him as the motivational coach. Well, this is his right hand, his support partner, and the co-founder of New Direction Coaching Associates, and that is Cherese Jackson. Hi, Cherese, and welcome to BLC. How you doing?
Hi, Dr. Towanna. How are you? I'm excellent today.
Well, that's fantastic, and I know that we are all going to learn a wealth of information from you, and we're going to take it slow because sometimes I know you can give us a wonderful article, thought-provoking articles, things that cause us to walk away wondering how I can make those adjustments in my life. And so today we're just going to kind of introduce you to our audience and let them know exactly who you are and the services that you provide. How important is authenticity to the process of life?
Well, being authentic is very important. First of all, let me just say that life is not fair. Sometimes you feel like because life treated someone else differently and you maybe were dealt a different hand, that life hasn't been fair to me, so I'm just going to be whoever I want to project to be. It's a false advertisement in reality. Life is not fair. But whatever hand you've been dealt, you can still shuffle those cards and still have a successful life or an empowered life. And no matter, even with things that we've gone through, a lot of us have gone through traumatic situations. You can, if you're in a room full of people, you can pass the microphone around and everybody will be crying because everybody has a story to tell. And what's traumatic to one person may not be traumatic to someone else. So you can't even use that. Like, oh, well, what I went through was worse than what you went through. A traumatic situation is simply that. It's a traumatic situation, however it relates to you. But one thing that people can understand is that there is life after your this. Whatever that this is that you're involved in or that you've been connected to, whether it's by default or whatever. Usually it's a choice that you made somewhere down the line. But if you want to say, if it's by default, it's still life after this. So whatever your this is, you don't have to stay there. And I think that's where a coach comes in because they help you understand that when you're just authentic and you're just transparent and you don't mind bleeding for a minute through with someone that can help you. Because when you go to a hospital, you don't care that you're bleeding. You just need help. And so when things have been traumatic enough or you've been hurt enough, you just need help. So you get to a safe place. With a life coach, there's a safe place that can help you be authentic. Help you heal through the process, whatever your this is, whatever your traumatic situation is, and help you heal through that so that you can be authentic and shine through. Because life, again, it's not fair. So when people say life just hasn't been fair to me, you're right. It's not fair because we're all built differently. And whatever it is that you go through, it's in your DNA to survive that. So all you need is somebody to help you survive whatever the situation is.
So what if somebody over here is laughing going, you call that trauma? That ain't trauma. No, it is trauma for me. And I don't need you to judge me.
Trauma is always personal.
Right. And I don't need you to judge me regarding what I can't handle at the moment. But whether I am the other woman who's actually in an abusive relationship and I'm being verbally abused versus physically abused. People who are in an abusive situation, they will say, well, you think you're going through, well, at least he's not hitting you. I always keep it in perspective. My experience with this trauma is my experience alone. And just like you said, I don't need to justify to you how I handle my trauma. And yet, and in this case, Coach, Cherese, I need you to help me. I need you to help me.
Well, I think one thing that we mess ourselves up when we start comparing ourselves with other people. So, of course, a traumatic situation is always personal. It's never group oriented. It's always personal. So my situation is my situation. So no, I'm not going to compare it to you or how you dealt with it because that's not my problem or my business nor my concern. I have an issue and I need help with my issue. And that's why when you deal with a life coach, your plan is tailor-made for you and your situation and your personality because all of that works together.
Absolutely.
To form who you are. Can't leave out your personality. It all blends together to make you who you are.
Absolutely. The moment you said that there is life after this, I went straight to the song, the gospel song, after this, because those words alone are transforming words. Because when you know that you are actually equipped to handle what is actually happening to your life, because you're being pushed to a place of strength, you're being pushed to the next level in life. When you understand that and grasp that with everything that you have, then yeah, you're right. You may see it initially as it not being fair, but then once you understand that you are equipped and there is life after this, then you're able to move through that thing and get on the other side of it and understand that there is the victory associated with that transition and that power that lies on the other side, your ability to manage that and handle it, and then again affect change generationally, not only in your life but the people that are associated with your life. It is a transformation generationally as well if you grab onto it, and I love that. I feel like I'm at church.
Just the fact that you're still here to say that you went through that, or even that you're in the midst of that, that's a victory within itself. Because once you realize that just Google it. We live in a world of technology where you can Google anything. Many people have died with what you survived. So, and just the fact that you're here, you're a survivor, that should let you know that there's already strength enough to move to the next season in your life.
Absolutely.
This is just temporary, and it doesn't seem temporary when you're in it. But when you think of your last situation that you went through, that you thought was just the end all be all, just a traumatic situation, you survived that. You can survive this. There is life after you're this.
If there's nothing else that I want the viewers to walk away with, is I want them to understand that we self-sabotage so often. We will refuse to do so many things that we know we need to do, because we believe that the appearance of needing help or the appearance of needing support outside of your trusted inner circle is something that means something's wrong with you. It means that you are broken and you need to be fixed, and you don't want people to think that you're broken. You don't want people to think that you have issues, because we're so perfect, and because we're so perfect, we have to always maintain that facade.
I think that church is really what propelled me into coaching. Because a lot of times, you already referred to clergy, but a lot of times what we do in churches, we teach people that they can just pray it away. You can't just pray it away. You have to own your issues and take responsibility for them. And so a lot of times we want to talk to somebody, we want to pray about it, get a prayer partner, pray about it. No, get a life coach and work it out. And so I feel like, that if you could just tap into those issues and be truthful about them. If you come to me and I sugarcoat it and I sweet talk you, that's going to make the process longer. I don't believe that I should have to have a client with the same issue more than 3 months. If we're really working on this program together, because I can't do it for you, you have to take your part in it. So if we're working on it together, in 3 months we should be done with this issue, because we should have worked it out. Now we might need to move on to another issue, but I don't believe I should have the client with the same issue for a year.
Something that you said already is that, when you work with a client, you're looking at a minimum of 3 months, being able to help you transition through. Well, what you said before that was super important. Praying it away. We know in the Black family, we know in our African American community that we believe and our faith is strong. We know that. What we don't do, and this is where you hit on, is so important. Praying it away or leaving it in the hands of the Lord and walking away without any accountability to whatever it is that you need to do to adjust some things in your life, that's the problem.
Because a lot of those things, they start in the mind and in the heart first. So once you make a conscious decision, this is what you want to do, the process isn't as hard. The hardest thing is getting people to realize where they are. They pretty much designed it for themselves, and they have the key to get out of that. Nobody's going to do it for you, but you have to work with someone, sometimes just to find the right switch to get out of it.
Well, you said that, in the coaching process, the answer lies within the client. And we know that.
Right.
Because it is their willpower, it is their level of motivation to address the issue that is the key to making the transformation. So talk about your latest writing project, because I know that you are obviously an author. We have several of your books that we've listed online on the website. So tell me about the most recent one, which is the 50 Affirmations for Next Level Living.
Well, the 50 Affirmations for Next Level Living, it's a book that I wrote with my husband, Cherese Jackson. And what we've done is we've taken just different affirmations that we've told ourselves and that we've told clients and that we've said in different events that have helped us personally, first of all, transform. Because you need to put something in order to maximize or to increase your focus. Wherever your focus goes, that's where your energy flows. So if you get up in the morning and you read an affirmation, it pretty much directs your day. And a lot of times people, even if they know affirmations within themselves, they need a little direction. So it's like the daily bread for the business person that people have in church. Every day you can get up and read an affirmation that helps you with an issue. And if you don't do it on every morning, because it's not dated in that respect, you might flip through the table of contents and say, okay, this is what I'm dealing with today. I already know I'm going to deal with this, or you might be in the midst of it. Let me get something that's going to help me change my focus. Because you can't think on 3 different things at one time. I know we think we can, especially women, because we multitask and do all these different things, but you can't. If you're concentrating on one thing, as soon as another thought comes in, it takes your attention. So if you're in the midst of any kind of a personal storm, you can look at a word, because words bring life. You can look at a word and it changes your thought process concerning the whole situation that you're in.
Right. Thank you, Cherese. I love it. I thank you so much for being part of the Black Life Coaches Network. I think you are a great asset to the world. I know that the women that you are called to serve and to coach are going to come to you. That's just the way it is. Everybody is not called to everybody. I believe that coaches have a specific clientele, and you are called to that group, and they will find you. And, I wish you, so much success, and I look forward to reading more of your articles, and I can't wait to see you in person on stage doing your thing. That's what I'm waiting for. So I look forward to talking to you.
You will get it. You definitely have the first invite.
That's right. All right, Cherese. Until next time.